And last year we had a really good day, and I told our seniors that, you look at the two games that we lost. We were a play away, for a fourth down called and a kickoff return. But just overall, I'm very pleased at just how we played this year. And when you look at a team like last season that won 11 games, and then you get a whole new coaching staff come in, just so much tribute goes to our seniors because of the way that they just accepted us and they brought us right in. And a lot of times as a coach, it's not so much that you try to figure out what your team is, but it's more about you just trying to bring them in and let them know exactly who you are. But with these two guys here, one to my left and one to my right, it was amazing just the job that they did. And you look at Augie becoming the all-time leading tackler in the history of USF football, and then you look at the guy to the right here, just all the records he broke on offense. But it was really exciting, a really good year, very pleased with it. And we know this, a foundation has been laid for this program. Now it's up to us to continue to build on it with a legacy of a really good group of seniors that had laid that foundation.
Coach, talk about the fact, I know you just mentioned the records that they have, and then you guys can answer as well, but is it more pressure for you guys or for you, Coach, to see them going up in this game and they have these next records that they could possibly break and you new leaders?
No, I think when you talk about the pressure, I think just how the whole season, how guys have really handled the pressure. Everybody just before the season ever started was just so much hype about this team and just how this team took it and they were able to they battled. We didn't play our best at times, but it was amazing just to see the resiliency within this group of guys and how we were just able to just battle and just find a way to go win football games. And but it's records are still out there for them, and I know this, they're going to play well, and if it's meant to be, they will make it happen.
Coach, do you feel like you have a little bit of advantage having played against Texas Tech quite a few years? You have different personnel now that kind of negates some of their advantage, I guess, in that regard, but you have the knowledge of what they do and seen kind of everything from them.
Well, you're looking at it's just totally two different teams. You look at last year; they had the quarterback who's a first-round draft pick, and with the 3 years there at Texas, we had some really good games, and Cliff has done an unbelievable job with that team, and just to see them go get bowl eligible this season. But it's a very explosive offense, can score at any time, very aggressive on defense, and we know this. We're going to have to play our best, and it's not so much just knowing the knowledge. They have really good personnel. They find a way to put the ball in the right people's hands on offense, where you get the ball in the playmaker's hand, and then on defense, they are able to get the stops at the right time.
Mr. Strong, since Texas Tech beat Texas to get here, the same day that you guys were playing UCF, I think they played at night and you'll not play during the day. When you were watching that Texas Tech-Texas game at some point, were you watching as a fan for your former players, or what was kind of the emotions watching that game?
Well, you know what? I didn't even watch it, so I didn't watch that game. So, but I've seen it on tape because through the exchange. But it's you look at a team that was Texas was winning, and then Texas Tech was able to make the play there at the end to go and win the football game. But I have a lot of respect for the University of Texas, and then a lot of respect for Texas Tech. So it's not so much of who I was pulling for. It was a really good football game.
Coach, you mentioned the excitement of coming to this bowl game and playing like a Power 5 team. Is there a different type of excitement between ending a season strong, with a bowl game than more so than normal just regular season games? Is there something extra when it comes to this game?
When I look at a bowl game, it's for me, it's all about the seniors and what they've put into the program. And you want to make sure that they go out the right way and they ride out the right way because of what they've done for the program. And plus, when you go and win a bowl game, it gets just jump-started as you go into winter conditioning. And we return a lot of players. But it's more for me, it's just what the seniors have put into it. And I just want it to end the right way for them.
This is for the players, Augie and Quentin. I guess, what are your emotions now? This is going to be your last college football game. It's tomorrow. I imagine that there's a lot going through your minds. You guys were here last year and had a great game here. Kind of what's going on for both of you?
With me, I'll just say it's another game, another opportunity to go out there and showcase my talent and, just do it, for the program. Just what I came to do. I was built for this. I miss a lot of these guys. This our last game together, but I'll just go out there and give them my all.
I think when you look at kind of like the whole this grand scheme of things for us is we kind of took this program over, and it wasn't very good. I think just to see now that it's come full circle, I think it means a lot. They always say leave it better than you found, and I think that's what we've done. And now it's time for the rest of the people on our team to carry on what we laid.
This is for the players. Take me through, I guess, how you prepare for a big game such as this. I know, Quinn, you just said this is just another game. What are, I guess, your preparations? What do you do?
I'll say every day I went in practice. You have to watch film on what they're doing, when they're going to do it. I have to bring my legs into the game like always, and just stay locked in and focus on what my coaches want me to do and what they expect out of me. It's another big game that I have to step up and be that leader like my coaches want me to be, like I have been all year. And it's nothing different like every other game. You just have to go out there and just stay locked in, stay focused on your assignment and what you have to do.
A good, I guess, proper answer. I mean, like, do you listen to music? Do you give yourself a pep talk?
Nothing much. I just do the same thing. Call my sister and just get ready for the game. That's all. I don't do nothing more.
This is to the players.
Well, he's got it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, my preparation is, I think preparation is key, kind of like Quentin said earlier. You just kind of get yourself focused. Before the game, I always got to go on the field and just listen to my music and kind of take in and see some plays I'm going to make. I always go out there for probably about an hour and a half before the game just by myself and kind of watch to see, the game. I play the game in my head before I ever play the game. And I think that's really, been vital to my success throughout my whole career here.
I'm curious. I don't know how much you guys knew about Coach Strong. I'm sure you knew who he was and things of that nature when he took over the program. Why do you think Coach Strong was so successful with winning you guys over this year in the season that you've had?
Everyone, since he's got here, I've been asked that question a lot. And I think he holds people to a standard. He's making people grow up. It's not, you can't be a little kid here anymore and figure it out. He makes you grow up and he holds you accountable. I think that's crucial to a football team. I think that's crucial to society. I think he's building young men, and I think that's just important. And that's something I've seen from him. The first day on the job, he says, you guys are going to do it this way, and if you don't like it, you can find somewhere else to play. And I think that's important for us kids, and it's really helped us.
With me, I would say when Coach Strong first came in, like Augie said, you have to grow up. You're not kids anymore. He will hold you to a higher expectation. And, I was one of them guys that he came to, and he told me, you have to hold yourself up to a higher expectation. It's not like everyone else. No matter what you're doing, where you're at, people always will watch you. So I think just with him saying that, it shows you a lot, It shows you, how you got to carry yourself, not just as a player, but outside of playing football.
Coach, you got a lot of attention back in Texas for all the players that didn't live up to your rules that you had to let go from the program. Did you encounter any of those difficulties here at USF early on?
Really I didn't. And, just hearing both of my players speak, it's more about you just building young men, and when you talk about just the game of football, it's all about the game of life also. And I tell our players all the time, listen, I have 9 assistant coaches, number 10 being Coach Pimo, but their job is the X's and O's. My job is to build you as a young man, and it is. And I tell them perception's everything. It's how you carry yourself. And there was no resistance at all when I walked into the program. What really helped me is that I recruited a lot of these players when I was at Louisville. So now that they're seniors, they kind of, I had sat down and had conversations with them.
Talking about recruiting and signing, I imagine that it's been a little bit complex. You've been on site, and you had the early signing period. You signed the top class in your conference, and kind of what's that been like going through that whole process along with bowl prep and everything else that's going on?
Well, it's been tough because the players think that they practice too much, and we were out recruiting a lot of times. But the assistant coaches did a great job, and the thing that happened is that we were able to go out and get a lot of the players. But it's really tough because you're trying to prepare for a bowl game, and then you have to go out and recruit, and you have to go make the home visits, and it's so packed in that you don't, it's not much time, because if you don't sign that player, then maybe he's going to go somewhere else. So you have to make sure that, hey, we have to continue to recruit them, and whatever it takes, guys. And I know that today's Friday, so tonight 11:59 they're done, so they can't sign again until February. But it's been a tough road because you're trying to make balance and you're trying to manage two schedules.
All right, for Coach Strong, back here, do you feel like playing in the AAC against offenses like Memphis and UCF prepared you for Texas Tech's offense?
Oh, for sure. We didn't get a chance to play Memphis, but Central Florida had a wide open offense. Even going against our offense each and every day, that has really helped us. Because my coordinator with Ben Sterling was, he was in the Big 12, so and it prepares our defense because we have to go against our offense. You go against, Augie's trying to shut down Quentin trying to make plays, but it really has the preparation's been there. But everybody's got their own different plays, so it's all about how you set the plan and making sure that you don't turn guys loose and you're able to make plays and tackle the ball.
Coach, since Texas Tech won their last game just to become bowl eligible, they're excited to have another game to play. Your guys obviously had some very high expectations, and then you lose the last one, which obviously had to be a downer. What steps did you take to make sure that your guys are excited about being here and playing?
Well, they're excited to have another opportunity when you have the seniors that we have and the number of seniors that we have. Then they're happy that they do get a chance to go play another game. And it wasn't so much as, we lose that game, we played hard, and we lost the game, but, they were able to bounce back. And that's what happens with young people. They don't settle on them a long time. They're able to bounce back and put it behind them. And I've been in that position like Texas Tech where you had to go into the last game and wanted to go be bowl eligible. And the players are excited. But this group of guys that I have are also excited.
Coach Strong, you mentioned recruiting. What do you tell the recruits in their living rooms to sell your program to them?
Oh, I tell them a lot. It's a long story, but no, not much. No, when you talk to recruits, it's a lot of times you have to talk to them like they're your player already, and it's more of you got to sell your program, you sell the players. The best thing about us, and the reason why we're able to get the young men that we get, our players do a great job recruiting. And they're the ones that know the university, they know the city, they know what, and they're smart enough to where they can, tell them, hey, this is the way it's going to be, this is what you can do, this is what you cannot do.
Coach, can you just comment in general on this group you've signed so far? It looks like you addressed a lot of needs across the board.
Well, I did, and Joey, we're still going, just that really haven't had a chance to really look at that. I know we signed a lot, and we were able to get defensive players. We were able to get offensive players, but I just haven't really had a chance to look at it because we were preparing for this game. But a lot of those guys were already committed to us, and so with them being committed, that we were able to get them to sign.
Coach, you kind of touched on this, but having to replace the kind of quarterback that they did and the amount of plays that Nick and Kiki, number 2, have made, what have you seen from this passing game and this offense that maybe is a little different?
Well, you look at last year, the good thing about him, he would throw the ball anywhere. He could sling it 70 yards, and the thing about him is that you had to keep him contained. If you didn't, then he's going to get outside and let it fly. But if you didn't get pressure on him, he's going to release it. But you're right. You look at the personnel. What they've done a great job this year on offense is getting the ball in the right people's hands. You look at the year Kiki's having, and they're good enough where they're balanced. So if you try to load the box, they can throw the ball, and then if you try to spread out, then they can run the football. So we just have to be smart about how we play, and it's a really good offense. We have a good offensive offensive coach and a good offensive mind. And you look at Cliff, he's played a game. He was a quarterback. So that's why they're able to each and every year be so productive on offense.
Coach, last year you were here and you were observing, and obviously that has to be tough. What's this experience been like versus the observational kind of low-key role you took last year?
Well, last year, I was wanting us to win, but, I wasn't coaching, so I could watch it from the sideline. But, now this team is back, have a really good football team, and have done a really good job. And so now we have a chance to coach it and then go play a really good opponent.
This is for the players. Outside of football, what's going to be next for you guys?
I think for both of us, we're going to, give our shot at the NFL. If that doesn't work out, I might try to get into coaching. If that doesn't work out, I might try to get into teaching or being a charter fisherman or something. So I got options.
With me, like Augie said, get a shot at the NFL. After that, I just want to be a fireman. Try to get in the academy and just try to work things out with that.
Did something like, spark that motivation for you to want to become a firefighter?
I would just say, I'll say about a year, 2 years ago, one of my coaches sat down and talked to me and was like, try to think outside the box. Football will always be in your heart because you can play it. You can be a coach, you can teach anyone, but just try to be outside the box, and that's something I came up with.
Coach, everybody behave for you on this road trip? Anybody going to have to sit down for missing curfew or anything like that?
I almost had to send these two guys home. No. No, we weren't going to do that. But, what the players have, they've been really good and been very respectful. But that comes from when you should have leadership. And, these guys are talking about just being successful and what they're going to do in life. They will be successful because they know exactly what they want to do. And when you already have a vision of where you want to go with your life, then that's what they have. And, yes, they're going to have an opportunity to go play professional football. And if it doesn't work, they still have they know exactly what their goals are, where they want to get to.
Coach, Texas is such a pressure cooker job. What was it like for you to be away from that this year, where even though you lose a couple of games, I assume there are not people saying fire Charlie Strong when you're coaching at USF?
I think they were saying that, because the expectations were so high. But you know what? All jobs are like that now. And you could just look at college football. It's a carousel out there, coaching carousel, the way they changed. But, what's been great with this job, just the players and just working with them and have a really good group. And it always, for me, it goes back to the seniors because of who they are and what they really wanted with the program.
Sorry to extend this, but Quentin, you're so close to the record and everything. Does that play in your mind, or is it pretty easy to ignore because you've been kind of chasing it for a while?
I'll say, it's not in my mind. I just go out there and play the game. If it happens, it happens. I'm a team player. I'm always be a team player. These guys always, mess with me or congratulate me on, what I have done doing with the school. But I'm just a guy. I'm a team player, and if things happen, it happens for a reason. So that's just me.
Quentin, looking at your bio, I saw that you had scholarship offers from a lot of Power 5 schools. What was it about USF that made you want to sign with USF versus programs that had a higher profile nationally?
First off, I just, always wanted to be different. I could have went to any school and, sat down a year or two and just been another guy. I wanted to be that guy like I am now and, lead a team. And, when people get into pressure and, feel like it's a player they can go to, I know them guys can count on me. That's what type of guy I wanted to be. So once I got here, I was kind of frustrated, wasn't playing. So I felt like at the time I should have just went to a big school, but I had faith in God and, I stuck around and just where I'm at now, and, I will never change that.
For both the players, it's pretty amazing what you guys have accomplished the last 2 years, considering if you look at your careers, had so many different coordinators and coaches and different people involved. And can you kind of just talk about being able to adapt and change yourself, change your game as circumstances have changed around you?
With me, I'll say it's like you said, it's just a job. You know, in life, you get different type of bosses. You don't know what type of boss you'll get. I went through 3 different quarterback coaches. At the end of the day, there's always something you can learn from a person. They all coach different type of ways. You just have to adapt and understand what they want out of you. And that's what I learned from each and every coach. And, you know, I just put it into my game.
I'm very similar to Quentin. I've had 4 defensive coordinators in 4 years. I think, you know, one constant in life is change, and I think you got to get comfortable with change. But just I think when you look back at everyone here, everyone that came here, the end goal was to be a successful program. It wasn't to have the same defensive coordinator or quarterbacks coach the whole year. It was to win. And I think you put that on the players. You know, these guys came in with the chip on their shoulder with the idea that they wanted to win. And I don't know if it mattered who the coach was. I think it mattered, you know, who was in the locker room with us. And you know, we've done a really good job as a team adapting to change. Like when Strong came in here, we could have easily, you know, whatever was Strong and you know, went our own way. But we bought in because that's kind of how we are. That's who we are as players. And we kind of just took off from where we left off. And I mean, I applaud the guys in the locker room. They are the reason why we are here.